Okay. We're trying this again. Round 2. Hopefully we're not sideways now. All right, Parker, move it. All right, see if I can find you guys. Yay! We're right side up. Round 2. Hopefully we're not sideways now. Yay, Susan. There's Julie. Good morning, Mimi. I'm glad you guys are finding me this morning. What are you doing to that blanket? You crazy dog. He's rolling around in it. You can see his tail on the screen. He's rubbing his face all over one of my yoga blankets. Good morning, Valerie. There you guys are. I see you guys checking in. I bet your shoulders feel it. Mine did too. So mine really didn't notice it as much because I did a lot of stuff this way during the day. But when I went to bed and I went to absentmindedly put my hand under the pillow, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Good morning, Alicia and Debbie. Happy Tuesday. I see you guys all signing in, making me super happy. So we're a day like 57. Yeah, if somebody had told me in January, March, April, and May, you're going to teach online, I would have been, whatever. Let alone me do something consistent for 60 days. I even forget and don't even drive the same way home twice. All right, so we're all starting to come in. And it is 9:04. Aw, Debbie, thank you for those hugs and smiles. I appreciate that. Good morning, Barbara. Oh, feeling the work. Yes, he is over there in the corner. I'm pretty good this morning, other than just a little tenderness from that shoulder work yesterday, which is absolutely showing that I needed it. Still trying to figure out what's going on with the church. Looks like it's going to be that first week of June. But I am going to be house sitting starting tomorrow for a friend. So not tomorrow morning, but Thursday morning, new location, by her pool, which will be awesome. So you won't have to see my bookshelf all the time. Pups are lining up on the yoga mat. I know, isn't that funny? Whenever I opened the door and he could come in, there's this blanket for him, and right here, that's where he got, right here on my mat. All right, everybody's body sounds like they're probably doing pretty good. So we need to change the flow from upper body to lower body because our upper body is a little tender still. So I just got up, so I have mermaid hair, so I'm going to fix that really quick. Baron is what? Relegated to the backyard during yoga. That's funny. Oh yeah, and her poolside yoga is amazing because it doesn't look like a normal pool. Her pool is made to look like a reflection pond. So it's not screened in. It has brick all the way around it with a pergola at one end that has wisteria growing on it. It's nice. So we're going to do yoga under that pergola together. And just like that, side braid so that we can have some fun. All right, everybody seems to be checked in. Everybody's feeling pretty good, it looks like. The common consensus there seems to be a little tightness, a little soreness in the shoulders. All right. Yes. All right, here we go. Now then, I got my yoga superpower braid going on. We're going to sit comfortable. Now, when we first sit this way, we're going to sit kind of like, and this is a big no-no to sit this way. Even if, like, you guys know I like to do calligraphy and pens, and you should be sitting up with the pen. How often do we do this when we're writing, right? We even contort our body to make that work. I'm going to sit up taller. Even the elbow should just barely graze the desk when you're going to write. So if you're going to write and do any type of calligraphy work, you can turn your body a little bit at the paper. And the elbow should just kind of graze a little bit. You have enough that you can put down your arm, but not down your arm. And the reason why I even bring that calligraphy up is because that's about posture. And that one thing about the arm, if we can lean into something, we're going to. That armrest in the car, or this armrest in the car. Well, let's just say that I am doing this. Well, if my hand is down here, then this one has to be on the wheel. Look at already what's happening in my body. And if you do this consistently, you see that this side of the body is going to draw down, this side of the body is going to lengthen up. So we're trying to put some balance back in that body. We work the upper body, we want to be conscious of that work. And again, you may be watching these out of order in the future. It's like a time capsule for the future if you go to watch this. So be mindful anytime that you work that top body. Maybe the next day give it a break by moving to some other location. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get down in the hips. All right, from here, just sit up tall, lift that chest. We're activating those lats in the back, lifting that chest, and breathe. We feel connected through the glutes. Find your breath, because remember, yoga is more than just about these asanas. It's about your breath. It's how you're living your life. So we're going to just kind of bring that in, decide to sit things down that you've been chewing on in the mind for a while. Focus on the breath and your posture. Check it in with your body. Yesterday's practice, the shoulder girdle practice, if you read the description down below, or no, maybe it was on Sunday, I gave you the questions you should ask yourself when you were making the personal practice. So that was Sunday. That was like day 54. It said, how's your physical body? How's your energetic body? How's your mental body? You do those same things here. Set the intention for your practice. One more breath here. And then we open those eyes, lace the fingers together, pressing out, lifting up. Tall spine. Open the heart, lift, open through the throat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn to the right. Tall spine. Really tall through the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left shoulder comes down. Right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. And back to the center. Hands come out and up. And turn to the left. Tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that right shoulder come down. Left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. Oh, feeling that work. We're going to come back to the center. That's not what that all meant. Thank you for those kisses. Yeah, I just saw what you were cleaning. Don't kiss me. Go over there. Go lay down, buddy. And nice long stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as we come up, we're going to go ahead and change those. Change the cross of the legs. You rolled your mat up now. How are you going to lay down? I know. I know. Can we walk later? All right, go lay down. Left arm comes down and stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand comes up. We're going to bend at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. And then back up. Right arm comes down. Left arm reaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand comes up. Bend at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. And slowly come back up. Hands come behind. Roll those shoulders back. Lift the chest. Open through the heart. Forward folding. Hands lift up. 1, 2. Ooh, I can tell we did shoulders yesterday. 3, 4, 5. Hands come down as we come up. Backs of those hands come together. Rotate. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently. No, Parker will not be house sitting with me. I am mostly sitting their house because they have 3 dogs that they need me to take care of. So they'll be her dogs. Parker will be here with Taylor. That was sweet of you to ask. Parker doesn't get to go because he doesn't play well with others, just me. So from here, we're going to open those legs and come into our cobbler's pose. Thanks for asking. It really makes my heart happy that somebody else loves my dog other than just me. And lean forward. Bending at the hip crease. Lengthening through the crown of the head. She has 2 English setters, Roscoe and Gunner, and then a black pug, and her name is Stacy. And she's like 13 years old, and she rules the house. She normally helps me do yoga when I'm over there. Nice long stretch. Lengthening through the crown of the head. 1, 2, I'm still feeling this. 3, 4, 5, slowly coming up. So this one we're going to feel, because we did this one yesterday, it's going to stretch out our stuff. So we're going to lift those knees, cross those arms. Now as we pull down, it's going to open through the back of the shoulder. So we're going to pull, feel that work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning, Joshua. How are you feeling this morning? And 5. Bring those knees up, change the cross, roll the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those knees back together. Reach down, grab the right foot, and extend that leg up. Tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leg comes out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that leg back up and down. Lift that left one. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's let that leg come out to the side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back to the center. And that foot comes down. Drop those knees to the left, tall spine. Hip comes down. 1, 2, really feel that work in the hip. 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those legs up and over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those knees up and extend the leg. So I'm going to slide forward a little bit so that the fleshy part of the glute goes backward. We're going to hinge at the hip, reaching forward. Maybe we can lengthen over and feel that hamstring stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we come up, we're going to pull the left leg in. So as we pull that left leg in, and I know this is a little different than our pattern, we want to feel this work, right? We're going to turn the torso so that the body is going towards the knee. So we're nice and tall. Maybe you even put your right arm on your thigh. We're going to let that left arm come up, and we're trying to elongate here through the side body, which you may be very in tune to from our practice yesterday. So we're going to start to drop that right shoulder over, lengthening through the tissue. See if you can maybe turn that palm up a little bit, and a nice long stretch. Nice full breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you breathing? We're going to slowly let that hand come back up. And as it comes up, we're going to turn the torso to that leg and begin to hinge at hip, leaning forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly come back up. Left hand comes behind. Press down to come up and lengthen. Open through hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Booty comes right down. Left foot places on the right thigh. Right knee comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that leg come down. Release that foot. Extend it forward. We bring that right leg in. Now, when we bring that right leg in, we get settled a little bit. We want to make sure the sits bones are on the floor. we turn the torso towards right knee. Left arm comes across. Right hand comes up. Slowly we begin to lengthen over. 1, maybe you turn the palm up. 2, opening through side body. Where's your breath? 3, keep trying to push right hip down. 4, 5, let that hand come up. As we come up, we're going to turn, face left leg, and start to lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come back up. Right arm comes behind. Press down to come up. Lengthen through side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Booty comes right back down. We're going to take that right foot and place it in the left thigh. We're going to pull that right knee up. Nice work here. Maybe you let that right shoulder or knee come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release and extend those legs out. Lengthen forward, grab those feet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're coming to wide angle. Again, we're going to work on some hips today. So a little different than hip hip hooray, which we've already done, but I mean with a 60-day period, you should probably hit the hips more than once. We've done them little, but not focused on them. We're working on that total hip girdle, pelvic girdle. So from here, we're going to come forward. We start walking out. Toes are up, lifting pelvic floor, pulling and pulling, lengthening forward, lengthening through the crown of the head. Toes are up. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can maybe get in a little bit more. So we're feeling this work on the inside of the leg. That's the adductor. No, adductor. AD. Might feel a little into the gracilis. We have some muscles here on the inside. Really working. So we just lean forward. We feel that stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as we come up, we're going to just walk those hands over and lean forward. Now, we've already leaned forward over the leg once, but the other leg was bent in, letting us have a little more mobility. This keeps the mobility a little more restricted because you have those muscles that are stretching on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come up. We're going to start to walk those hands over to the left and fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we slowly come up, we come back to the center. We sit up. We're going to grab the backs of those knees. Pick up, pull in. Should feel pretty good. Melt some tension away that we've got going on. And slowly we lengthen forward. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Feel that stretch through the back of the spine, into lower back, into tailbone. Nice full breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now as we come up, we're going to come back into that cow face pose. Well, mostly steer pose. We're going to do the leg portion. So we're going to put the left foot in. And that right leg over. So yesterday we did cow face pose. We integrated the arms, which may be tender today, but we're going to focus on this hip portion right now. So if your hips are tight, this may not line up. So you need to let that bottom leg be straight. And that's going to give you a little more comfort in this posture. So we're going to start to elongate through the crown. Remember this lengthening through the spine we've talked about. That communication in the spinal column, spaces in between the vertebrae. It makes a difference. It makes you feel better in your practice. It helps you fold a little better. So we tighten that pelvic floor. We push down through the sits bones, but up through the crown of the head. We hinge at the hip, leaning forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to come back up, but we're going to change this just a little bit. Before we go right to the other side, we want to get some twisting in here. So just the same way that yesterday the serratus anterior can affect the movement here of the shoulder, all through this oblique and these connective tissues here above the hip and the waistline can affect the mobility of the hip. So we're going to bring that right foot up by the knee. And then we're going to turn to the right, tall spine. So we're just trying to stretch that tissue a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. Nicely done. Now we'll switch. We're going to bring that right leg under, left leg over. Nice tall spine, lifting pelvic floor, pulling navel in. Once we have that nice seated position, we lift that pelvic floor, nice long spine, and begin to lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really long through the crown of the head. 5. Slowly we come back up, but now we're going to get that twist in to open this side of the body. We lift up, we're twisting to the left, tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. And then from there, release. So from this posture, we're going to roll back. We're going to do some hip work here and then make it to hands and knees. So maybe scoot your dogs off your mat. Mike gave up. He's laying there under the tripod. And we're going to roll back. Nice little rock from side to side. Arms come out to the side. Drop those knees to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring those knees up, over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. From here, feet come up. We're going to grab those heels and we're going to pull down. We're going to open through the hips, lifting pelvic floor, feeling that lower back flatten. How's it going here? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring left heel in, right leg out. So we're doing it at the same time. Should feel a little discombobulating, but really feel that work, especially in the left hip more than anything. 3, 4, 5. Well, for my body. And I'm going to bring that right heel towards my chin, kicking left one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release it back to center and cross those legs. I'm going to pull those ankles down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release here. From here, we're going to switch. So that's that same movement we just did, but we're in a different place in space. Before, gravity pulled the torso down. Now gravity and the hands kind of help pull those legs down. So you feel it a little differently. Definitely feel that alignment of lower back. And a release. So we're going to move through about 3 different pigeon postures that we're going to do here on the floor with our backs down. A little easier on the knees. So we're going to put that right foot on the left knee, pulling the left knee in. Nice work for hip. Again, the focus of this practice today is working in the hips, in that pelvic girdle. So we have to work all the way around it. Nice work. I rock. You don't have to rock. It's soothing for me. We're going to put that left foot down onto the floor so that we can gently put that right foot underneath. So you see that whenever I put this leg down, there's this external rotation on right leg and it's sitting on the floor. But I'm still going to bring that left knee back to the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release that out. We're going to bring that knee up. We're going to put the left foot on the right knee and pull that right knee into the chest. Nice work here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. We're going to put that foot down. We're going to put that left foot underneath. So external rotation on the left leg, opening that hip. We're going to grab that right knee and pull it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently sitting that foot down. And windshield wiper. I'm going to release it out. So now we're going to do something that looks more like pigeon for you. So when we're done stretching this out, we're going to extend that left leg down and on the floor. We're going to pull that right knee in and we're going to rotate the knee. So we've already prepped this leg for rotation. We're going to grab it at the ankle so that you're very nice to it. If you feel like your knee needs more support, you can grab it here too. And we're going to try to pull that ankle towards the chest. This is our pigeon pose. We want both feet to be active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. I know we can hold these longer, but we'll save that for a little later in the practice. We're going to release that out. We put the right foot down. We pull that left knee in. Once that left knee is in, we're going to let that right leg come down, and we're going to see if maybe we can rotate over, just grabbing at that ankle support. See if you can pull this ankle towards the chest. Both feet are active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release that down. Bring right knee in. Windshield wiper those legs. So again, we're trying to release in the hip.
We're doing that work, especially right here across the side. You'll begin to feel it. And this particular posture releases it out. Nicely done, everyone. Now, we're going to bring those feet in. Try to get those hands close to the heels. We're going to keep those legs parallel. We're going to see if we can press down through those feet to lift. So as you press down, we're going to try to roll up, opening into the chest. Nice tall spine here. Really big lift. Continue to push down through those feet. Contraction through glutes. That's the backside of the hips. We tend to think of outside when we think hips. But that pelvic girdle is all the way around. So that includes the glutes and that lower back. 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to bring that back down. Nice pause here. We're going to pull those knees in, cross at the ankles, and roll up so that we can come to hands and knees. Good morning, Palacios. I'm going to try to have a sunny day. So my knees are feeling a little cranky this morning. I don't know why. So I'm going to use a blanket. Don't give me that look. You weren't using it. So I'm going to put my knees on that blanket. We're going to inhale up. You weren't using it. I'm just borrowing it. I'll give it back in a minute, okay? Can I give it back in a minute? Okay. Let the spine come up. And down. And up. And down. Flat back. We're going to make a C with the spine to the right. And a C with the spine to the left. And back to the center. Child's pose, stretch it out. Now from there, we're going to come back up. We're going to bring the right knee forward. So we have that right foot down. We're going to slowly come up. We're going to lift those hands. So we feel the front of this left leg really open. So we can get into that hip. So really lengthen it out. Opening through the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let the left elbow come to the right knee, twisting out. Because we're trying to open through the side body to help give some mobility to the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, we're going to make a small transition of left hand coming to floor so that the right hand can come up. You can get deeper in the twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend that left foot in. Grab it. 1. Keeping that shoulder up. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're smiling. We're going to bring those elbows down. Nice stretch. Good morning, Jessie. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Well, I see your name. That makes me smile. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come up and we shift back and lengthen. Nice work here. We feel that hamstring really stretch. And then from there, we're going to bring that right leg back. Let's see if we can bring that left leg forward. Nice big stretch. Maybe this knee is more sensitive and you change your mind and you're like, yep, I need a blanket. Then grab one. We're working together. It's all good. We're going to slowly come up. We feel the front side of this leg open. Maybe right arm leads, then left arm leads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right elbow comes to left knee, palms come together, rotating, looking at left elbow, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if you can make that transition down. Right hand places, left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left hand comes behind, bend that foot and stretch. 1, 2. See if you can get that hip to come in. You can let the knee go out a little bit, but just don't bend in the elbow, the left knee. 3, 4, 5. As you release, you're going to bring, those elbows down. Nice rotation here. Elbows are on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we shift back, lengthening through that hamstring. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that left leg back, nice wide with those legs, and shifting down. Nice rotation here. 1, 2, 3, sinking in a little more. 4, 5. Nicely done. We're going to come back to table. Good morning, Brandy. Now, from here, we're going to allow that right foot to come out to the side. We're going to extend that left leg out. Now, notice that I was still able to keep that knee on the blanket. So if you have discomfort, use it. We're going to let that left leg come up. So we're working through this outside of the leg, really building some strength here in the abductor. Let that left hand lift, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend at this knee, grab the foot, and stretch through the front of the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. Left knee comes down, kick that foot out, extend. Right arm comes up. 1, 2. See if you can lift that leg if you haven't already. Feeling that work. Work through the outside of hip. 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend at the knee, grab the foot, open through the front of that hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release that down. Put the hand down. Put the knee down. Shift back. Feel that work. Hamstrings relax, but the quads stretch some. We feel the hips and the lower back kind of reset after asymmetrical work. And we're going to come up onto those knees, opening through front of pelvis. So we want to lengthen through the quad, opening hip flexor, a little bit of psoas. We push those hips and open through the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract through belly to come up, looking down at floor. Maybe with your feet soft, that's too much. Maybe you need to curl those toes under. Maybe you prefer to have your hands on your hips. And that's okay. Adjust till you find your comfort. Let's do another one of these. Hips come forward, shoulders are up, opening through heart and throat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract through belly to come up, looking down at that floor. We're going to slowly make our way down and release. And then from there, we're going to turn those toes. We're going to shift back and come into a squat. We feel that work. We feel those calves, the hamstrings. Maybe you can sink into the hips and bring the palms together. 2, 3, 4, 5. And slowly go backward. So I'm going to move that blanket off the mat. And I'm going to come forward into table. Now, in this table, we're getting ready to work on our pigeon posture. And it's easier to get into pigeon from hands and knees. We're going to bring that right knee to the back of that right wrist. And then we're going to slowly try to walk that foot over to the left. Maybe you can turn that left toe under and lift your knee and lower and lower. Now, if you're having discomfort in the knee, and I'm leaning over to the side just to talk to you, you can do the reclined one that we did earlier where you pulled the leg to your chest. Maybe it's your hip and you need a little more support. If your blanket is closed, you could always just stick that under your hip, which makes it a little easier for some support. You can also bring that foot closer to the groin instead of closer to the wrist. So find what's going to work best for the body that you brought to the mat this morning. Nice full breath. Lengthening down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're checking in with our breath here. We're lifting pelvic floor, pulling that navel in. We still want a long spine, even though we're working on the hips. We're trying to pull right hip back, left hip forward. And we're going to see if we can come up and put that left forearm down. Right hand goes on the knee. We're going to rotate looking up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, we're going to release and slowly come up. We're going to bring those hands over to the left, lifting left leg. Reach back, grab it, pull it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. Now, from here, we're going to turn left toes under. We're going to press to down dog. Once we're in down dog, that right leg, now if you are on your back body, you may just have to just pull your knees into your chest and wait. If you're in down dog, you're going to lift that right leg, bend the knee, open through the front of the hip. So that's that same leg that was just forward. There was a lot of compression in that hip flexor. It was really pushing down. Maybe that was the discomfort, was at the hip. And this gives you a chance to open it back up. Find your breath. Let's do some circles here. And again, if you're laying on your back because that's where you chose to work on your pigeon, then play down here. Maybe you're going to do some happy baby poses if you're on your back. Maybe you're going to practice bringing those heels to the chin. So we're making circles. Now change the rotation of that circle. Nice work here. And then we're going to put that foot down. We're going to bend and stretch. We're going to come back into table. So we can do the other side. Good morning, Linda. We're going to bring that left knee to left wrist. Now, after we pull that left knee to left wrist, we're going to slowly let that left foot start to walk over. And so maybe that works for you. Maybe you need a bolster. Maybe you have to do these reclined. Then see if maybe you can turn the right toes under and lengthen, and lengthen, and lengthen. Maybe you're able to put those elbows down. So maybe you make it to this point. Yay, you. Now that we're here, maybe we can just square those hips and fold in some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we can come up a little bit and rotate. So we're going to see if maybe we can put that left hand on the left knee, nice rotation, looking up towards ceiling. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. We're going to see if we can straighten those arms, walk those hands to the right, lift right leg. See if we can grab it, pull it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this time, we're going to slowly release it, turn those toes under so that we can shift back. Nice work. Bending and stretching. We want now to let that left leg come up, bend the knee, open through the front of the hip. Again, if you're reclined doing your pigeon posture, you'll just play around, do something a little different. So we feel the front of that left hip open. My shoulders are rotating a little bit. We want to try to see if we can draw circles with that knee. Working through that hip. And let's see if you can change the direction. There always is going to be a direction that you're like, ouch. Do what you can. And we're going to put that foot down. Put those knees down, maybe a little wide, so you can come into child's pose, stretch it out. Nicely done. So we're going to come back up to table. We're going to extend that right leg, push through the ball of the foot. So the ball of the foot is down, heel travels past it, nice little stretch. We're going to put that down, we're going to switch. Left foot comes down, we're going to stretch through that heel, waking up that calf. We're going to bring that knee back in. And we're going to see if we can make our way to our booties. Whatever that is for you. There's so many more poses that we could do. But we're running out of time already. I don't even know how that happened. But we'll see. So we're going to hug those knees a little bit. And then we're going to slowly rolling down. Nice little rock. So we want to still have some opportunities to access the outside of this hip. So we're going to drop those knees over to the left. Now this time when we drop the legs, because we did it earlier, we're going to extend that right foot out into left hand, keeping right shoulder down. So we're going to feel that work on the outside of the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release, bring those knees back to the center. We're going to drop those knees over to the right. And then extend that leg out into right hand so that left hip gets a chance to stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. Bring those knees back to the center. Hands grab those knees, pulling them in. A nice rock from side to side. I'm going to put the bottoms of those feet down. We're going to work on bridge a little bit here. So we're going to bring those hands down by the feet. We're going to press through those feet to lift the booty up. So we have contraction. Lengthening the body out. Nice rotation in shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come right back down. Let's see if we can do that one more time as we roll the pelvis, roll the spine. Lifting up, we open through the chest. We allow the shoulders to support us. We're opening through pelvic belly. We're lengthening through hip flexors and quads, down through the knees. We don't want to think of clenching the glutes to lift. We want to think about pushing through the heels and the feet and lifting that way, and it happens. But it's the attention in the feet, and then the back bend happens here. Nice full breath. Notice that this is the same shape that your body made in camel, pretty much, other than the back bend at the chest isn't as big. Same movement here. How's that work? How are you opening here? And slowly lowering down. When you make it to the floor, we feel that lower back release. We gently release one leg and then the other. And put those hands on the belly. Checking in with your body. And release. So at home, lying flat may not be comfortable for you. You may need to have your knees bent or put a bolster. If you're close enough to a couch, you can just put your feet up on the couch on a cushion like this to allow your lower back to be flat. You can go right up to seated. So a seated position is always acceptable. You can just meditate and focus through that space. We release the feet and the ankles. We're checking in with the body, that body scan that helps us stay present. We move through shin and calf. We move through knees and thighs. Glutes and pelvic belly. Lower back and navel. Mid-back and solar plexus. Shoulder blades and hearts. You lift the collarbones and lengthen the neck. We soften the face and the crowns of the head. We notice that the breath is shallow in the chest because it's automatic. We're in a resting position, but we want to increase that breath, feeling that chest rise and fall, getting some more air in the lungs, releasing stress and fatigue you might have. Feel it inhale up the back body and exhale down the front body. Just enjoy that breath a little bit. So for those of you at home, you may want to continue to stay here and work on breath work or release your lower back. Maybe it's a little hinky this morning. Maybe you begin to pull those knees in to release your back. Still focused on breathing. Awareness of the inhale and the exhale. The gathering up the things you no longer need and the exhale to release them. And rolling to the right side. And then slowly begin to come up to a comfortable seated position. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, April. Once we make it to that seated position, we feel the weight of the body coming down through the spine into the pelvis. Maybe you can sit more comfortably because of the work we've done in the hips. Lifting pelvic floor, pulling navel in. Lower abdominals and the muscles in the base of the pelvis. That's still part of that pelvic girdle. Nice full breathing. Bring those shoulders back some. We're going to bring those hands to the heart. We're going to remind ourselves of all the amazing things we have in our life to be thankful for. There's so much. So much. And the majority of that is the things that we take for granted. And you may say, I don't take anything for granted. Well, we call it taking it for granted because that way you know you don't know you do it. How many times when the power's off do you go in the room and flip the switch? But you knew the power's off, but automatically you switch the light on. You're used to flipping that switch and magic happens, right? Those things. Getting in your car and expecting it to start. Expecting that you'll have another day. We don't mean to take those things for granted, but we do. So we're just here grateful for them. We send out love and kindness and compassion to those who need it. And there are so many essential workers, family members that are suffering from depression and feeling alone. Some days it's yourself. Some days we wake up just darn cranky. I'm going to end the practice with an Om. If you're comfortable inhaling, bowing forward, namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. And thank you for practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoy your wonderful, happy day. Good morning, Catherine. Yes, Captain America. That's me. Right, buddy? He was so good today. So remember that I am so happy that I get to share my mornings with you. I am grateful about that I get to do yoga with my dog and be with you every single morning. Now, I know those things are going to change, but I will start broadcasting from the church for those of you who don't live locally, so you can still get that opportunity to participate and we can be together. From my house to yours, big love, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.